Is standing by for us. Antonia, we're expecting Bayrou to arrive shortly to hand in his resignation, make it official, and forcing Macron to find another way forward for his government. What steps are set to be taken there today?
Well, what we know is he's expected here in a matter of hours, as you say. We already know, as you've also said, that the president will accept this in an extremely laconic communique of just 3 sentences released by the Elysee Palace last night after that landslide no-confidence vote. The Elysee Palace said the president took note of the no-confidence vote, that he would accept François Bayrou's resignation today, and he committed to naming a new prime minister in the very next days. The president is, of course, as you can tell from those just 3 sentences, keeping a very low profile. There are rumours he's thinking of addressing the country, but of course it's very difficult to do so when you have nothing to announce. And with major protests expected tomorrow, tens of thousands of law enforcement officers deployed, there are of course fears that a presidential address today could aggravate rather than appease national malaise.
But people are starting to wonder what Emmanuel Macron might do next. He said he won't be calling for fresh elections. He's rejected the idea that he himself should step down. Lots of names being mentioned as to a potential successor. Macron having to find someone who could manage to unite a very divided parliament.
Absolutely. So some of the names that are being thrown around are from Emmanuel Macron's own camp, Yael Braun-Pivet, who is Speaker of the Parliament, or his Defence Minister, Sébastien Lecornu, who has served in successive Macron cabinets since 2017. But as you say, an extremely fractured Parliament. It's hard to see how these names could change the parliamentary impasse. A budget has to be delivered by the end of the year, of course. One former Prime Minister, Gabriel Attal, who is 2 prime ministers ago now already, has called for a different approach, a what before who approach, where an apolitical negotiator is appointed to look for the policy that can get through Parliament, and then for the president to, on the basis of that, appoint a prime minister. Meanwhile, the socialists have been a broken record for the last week. They say it is the left's turn to govern. The socialists are very likely the only left-wing force palatable to the centre-right bloc. But they might not be acceptable to all, and it's very likely that not all of, for instance, the conservative right would support a socialist-led government. Key figures from within that group have, of course, said as much. The France Unbowed from the radical left have also said they wouldn't support a socialist government. They're calling instead, as you mentioned, for Emmanuel Macron's resignation, something he has shown no sign that he would do, of course. Meanwhile, the National Rally are calling for general elections, saying that a new parliament is needed to break this impasse. So very hard to tell what the president will do next.
Indeed, it'll be interesting to find out. Antonia Kerrigan coming to us live from central Paris. Thanks indeed.